Hello everyone and welcome back. Screencast on graphs, and it's bar charts again, but this time it's interpreting them and using the information that we see in the bar graph to answer some questions. So if you haven't watched the previous screencast on how to draw bar charts, then I definitely do that before you watch this one. So what is a bar chart? We've done this before. Hopefully you remember that, but basically it's just rectangular boxes that go up to represent the values in proportion to the information that we have, okay? They can be vertically or horizontal. We're looking at the vertical ones, and it's sometimes called a column chart. Thank you very much, Wikipedia. Here's two examples like before. Hopefully you worked out from the last one why one was good, one was bad, and the main reason is because the one on the left-hand side, they have not labelled the x-axis at all. In fact, they both need a little bit of work, but at least one's got a key. They've labelled on this one here, they've labelled both the x and the y axes. So here goes some questions now, and this is what we're going to use to answer these questions. So the first one is, the bar chart shows the hair colour of a year group in school. So we can see we've got a graph here, and we've got frequency up the side, and we've got hair colour. What is the mode colour is the question. Now, hopefully you know what mode means. Mode means most often or most commonly occurring. So we can look at our graph here and say, okay, very clearly brown is the mode colour because it's the most commonly occurring colour. Here we go. How many students have grey hair? Well, let's have a look at grey, and it's gone 1, 2. So how many students? We have 2 students have grey hair. So you can see this is really, really simple. No problems at all. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky. What fraction of students are blonde? So how many students for a start are blonde? Well, we've got 10 students here. And how many students in total are there? So we can see we've got 20 black, 25 brown, 10 blonde, 5 red, and 2. So we add those all up together, and we'll end up with 45 plus 15 plus 2, and then we add those all up together, and we'll end up with 62. So there's 62 people in total, and how many of those are blonde? We can see that there are 25 out of 62 blonde, and I don't think that can be cancelled down, so we leave it as that. The last one is how many students are in the year group altogether. So we have already done that because we've counted up all of these bar values to give us 262. So our answer should be 62, and that's how we interpretate the bar graphs to give us, or bar charts to give us our answers. So the next one's going to be a dual graph, and what I'd like you to do is give that a go yourself before I give you the answers. So let's have a little look at it. All right, so let's have a go. The bar chart shows the hair colours of year 7 and 8, of students in year 7 and 8. That's what it should be. Okay, so give this a go. Come back and see if you got it right. We'll talk over why we've got what. All right, so first up, what is the mode colour? What is the most common colour? So very clearly that is black because we had 25 and 15, which gives us 40. How many students have grey hair? Well, all we had to do was add those two together, and that would have given us 8 students. What fraction of students are blonde? So the most important thing is we've got to add up all of these together. So on this one, we had 40 combined. This one was 25 combined. This one's 30 combined. This one is 18 combined. And this is 9 combined. So there are all our values there. We're going to add those together to give us 122, which will help us for a question later. How many, what fraction of students are blonde? So how many are blonde? We've got 30. 30 over 122 is our starting point. And that can be cancelled down to 15 over 61. All right, next question. How many students are there in year 7 and 8? We count them all up. We got 122. how many girls are there in total? So, very simple. We just take the blue, 25, 15, and we add them all up. And what we'll end up with is 25 plus 15 plus 15 plus 10 and plus 2, sorry, and then we end up with 67 girls in total. And that is how easy it is, okay? The next thing we're going to do is the quiz. So if you did not do well at that, then the quiz questions are going to be very, very similar. So please just make sure that you can do these things and you know how to do them, and maybe rewind the video now or skip back. Rewinding's like back in the good old days when I was growing up. We had tapes and you rewound the tapes, but actually just skip back and watch the video again before you move on to the quiz questions. But if you've done well, then crack on with the quiz questions. Here they come. So answer those questions using the information that we see in the graph there, and then come back and see if you've got it correct. All right, so here we go. Use the bar chart to answer the following questions. And here goes the answers. What's the mode? Colour, vanilla. How many people picked fudge as their favourite? 18 people. What fraction of people liked? What fraction of people liked vanilla or picked vanilla as their favourite? Well, it was 27 plus 15 is 42. And it's 128 altogether, so 21 over 64. And last but not least, how many people took part in this survey? 128 people. Sorry for the typos there. I'll get used to it with my PowerPoints. Anyway, until next time, it's been a real pleasure. Hopefully you've done really well on that. If you've done well, make a little note of the work on a revision card. It makes a massive difference to help with delivering and remembering all the stuff. I'm guessing many of you may do really well topically, but then fall down in exams. And the reason for that is because you're not covering old material often enough. That's my lecture done. Until next time, it's been a pleasure.